Believe me when I say this, OU is not ready for Ivysaur. This is going to be the coolest Ivysaur set you've ever seen. It's going to be Eviolite, Ghost Curse, Leech Seed, Toxic Synthesis, full stall breaker Ivysaur. This thing's actually super thick. This is the series, if you guys don't remember, where we're trying to use every single Pokemon legal in the Scarlet and Violet decks, winning with every single form of that Pokemon. In the last episode, we featured a little bit of Bulbasaur, Choice Specs Bulbasaur, with humongous fire weather balls in the sun. In this episode, we're going to be using a little bit of Ivysaur, showing you guys how to break those walls down with this, wall breaker, stall breaker set. And then at the end of this video, we're going to be building a team around Venusaur as well. So if you guys like this series, where we feature some of the lesser utilized strategies in the OU tier, think about letting me know in the comments. And yeah, let's just talk about this team a little bit. So this is going to be Eviolite, Chlorophyll, Ivysaur, full bulk, full wall breaking, tons of dots on this thing. We have double choice band mons in the Weavile and the Pult. We have a little bit of pivot potential with our Zapdos coming in and mitigating a little bit of damage. We have Quaquaval as our spinner and just like main sweep mon, because this mon's like absolutely busted in OU right now. Water type makes a great cover up for the fact we have a couple of fire weaknesses over here. And then last but not least, we have a little bit of wish passing, stealth rocks, moonblast, Dingle Fable with unaware to stop our opponent from sweeping us really hard. So this is a pretty cool team. Remember, the way this series goes down is we start each game off, or each video off, with the last team that we built at the end of the last video. I actually built this team live in the last video at the end of the Bulbasaur one, so if you guys want to go see that, go check out that Bulbasaur video. We're going to play probably 4 or 5 games with this team in the OU tier, and then what we're going to do is we're going to build a brand new team for the next video, featuring the next Pokemon on the list, which is Venusaur. So if you guys want to see some amazing Venusaur action, stick around to the end of the video, and other than that, let's just hop into some games. Wish me luck with Ivysaur. Here we go. All right, here we go. Game 1. Going up against a little bit of Cinderace. There is a Glimmora over there, so Ivysaur's already going to be a good Pokemon to deal with those spikes. The toxic spikes are going to get put up. Got to be able to break that core somehow. We're probably pretty good into that with like Leech Seed forcing U-turns. We're going to be slower than them, so we should be able to soak that U-turn and then punish. I don't think there's a problem with leading Pult and just U-turning. If they want to go into Glim or something like that, we just go into Ivysaur. I think we're just going to lead Pult and go into Ivysaur regardless. That just seems like a pretty solid mon here. So Fortress off Pult, I think this is fine. We're going to U-turn. We're going to see if they're Rocky Helmet or leftovers. We're going to go into that Ivysaur. Survey says you are probably leftovers, which means we could go into a lot of these different mons here. I could go into... I think Ivysaur's fine. I'm just going to go in here and put up a Leech Seed. You can Rapid Spin, that's fine. We can always just go into our Quaquaval. I think that's the thing that's like really cool about this is I can even go for a Cursor and get up to like +6 defense, and then like you'll never break me with any of these mons. Like that's so nuts. Well, I want to see if they even know that they could Rapid Spin here. Man, imagine if I... Oh, I have Ghost! Oh, man! Oh! I can Ghost her a Curse too. That's so funny. Yeah, dude! I didn't do anything else today. What are you doing over here? Take half my health? Spikes? That's fine. What are you going to do? Literally anything else? Take some damage, get some healing. I'm going to go for a big heal here. Oh my gosh, the fat synthesis too. Yo, this is actually really cracked. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, I'm a ghost, bro! Bro, where you looking, huh? Where you looking? Alright, so what we can do is we can just curse the next guy that comes out here. I think I'm just going to Leech Seed the next thing that comes out, because like, what's coming out next? You're going to switch, right? You have nothing else to do. You can rock, so I'm just going to bring the Quaquaval. We have boots, like we're going to be fine. Bro, this guy got absolutely bodied. Yo, Glim. Oh my gosh, the pivot. Oh, TY, my guy. That's what we like to see over here. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. Another curse. Toxic? Oh, dude, I'm toxic. I was a poison type, but it's okay. It's okay. Value. Alright. Look at that. That is so freaking cool. I'm going to go to the Quaquaval, I think. And we're just going to get rid of these hazards. Dang, dude, that's funny. I'm actually surprised they have Toxic on it, not just like Mortal Spin or something. Earth Power's fine. We're going to be able to go for the Rapid Spin here, unless they pop, something else as well. Look at that. We got Healing too, like Rapid Spin, TY, my guy. Gotta get the spin off, like, right here. Like, yeah, actually, I could have Aqua Stepped. Oh, they got the Curse too. Oh, they got the Ghost typing too. Oh, that's so sick. Hey, shoutouts to you. Good job, you. I think that was really cool tech. I should have Aqua Stepped, I think, because I would have been able to get the KO, get the Moxie boost, and the +1. I think I just got too caught up, too lost in the sauce on the Ivysaur over here. But that is their Tera down, and like Ivysaur's actually still hanging out at a pretty respectable spot. I need to pivot here. I should be more afraid of this than I am. Zapdos has, Zapdos is flying. I think Zapdos is a good pivot here. Leech Seed. Oh, they actually Leech Seed there. Cool. I think that's fine. We're just going to Volt Switch. Volt Switch breaks Sash. We could even Thunder Wave here if we really felt like it, but I just want to be... I'm trying to make them think that we have, like, Hurricane or Heat Wave here. Dang, Ivysaur did be cooking, though. Ivysaur, like, legit really messed them up. They do have Moonblast. Okay. So they do have Moonblast. Let me think about the right play here. Eject button. Wow, so that means that they switch. And they get a Leech Seed tick. Oh, that's actually really obnoxious for me. Are you going to come in with Cinderace? I think if we can get rid of their hazards, we can actually play the game. It's just going to be a little bit. So Leech Seed with Eject button. That is so good. I really like that tech. I think that we just hard swap into... I mean, I want to go for the Volt Switch. But if I get the KO on it, I like lose the game. Protect. Yeah, he's actually gaming me right now. We're going to Volt Switch here. Gotta do it. I mean, I should have swapped a Quaquaval a while ago. It's going to be fine. As long as, like I said, as long as we get the spin off, I think we'll be good. And we don't KO here because we're actually, like, not that strong in the Zapdos. It's mostly bulk, but dang. This game's going all right. I think Polt also can be a really good check to this guy's late game. I'm still trying to respect their Corv. That is a mon that still checks me from going into the rest of my team. I think I'm going to have to come in with Weavile and go for a knockoff here. Triple Axel would also just get the KO on this thing regardless. It would probably also KO the Corv, but like, I think we have to go to Weavile here, because if I come in with this guy, you're going to outspeed it and just KO it with like a Psychic. So I have to go into Weavile here. That's a lot of hazards on Weavile though. It's fine. What would you guys go for here? I think that knockoff's fine. Hopefully they're not choiced. Like Scarf, that'd be the only way to outspeed this Weavile. And we are pretty quick. So let's see it. You can pivot in Whims. I don't know if you do that, though. Like, actually, let me think about that. I actually am okay with Triple Axel. If you want to pivot in Corv, Cinderace is fine, you know. Oh, we just missed the first Triple Axel. Not like this. Wow. Do we have to fodder here? Ouch. That's bad. That's really bad. I'm gonna try it. Maybe there's a high jump kick or some shit. I don't know. Pyro Ball, yeah, never lucky. Gotta extend the Quaquaval. Gotta get these hazards gone. Ivysaur did its job. Rapid spin. Let's go. You could say, why aren't you Aqua Jetting? I need the speed boost. Like, I can actually still outspeed and, like, pin things. Like, we gotta get these hazards gone. Like, it has to go away. There we go. Oh, my gosh. It's about dang time. And now I can actually play correctly. Let's see. I'm gonna come in with Zap. They're gonna drop a Protect. Get a Lefties tick. I'm gonna Roost. Oh, they just respike sync. Wow, okay. That's fine. I'm gonna go for a Roost. And we'll try and play out. Like, spikes are problematic, right? But it's not the end of the world. Let's see what they want to do here. Spikes again. I think we actually just, like, outvalue most of their team with, like, just this Zap if we play their cards right. I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt. Oh, nice crit. So that I can KO them whenever I feel like it. I can go for a Thunderbolt, I can go for a Thunder Wave, I can try and weave in a bunch of different stuff here. I don't want to get caught in an Encore loop from that Whims, so I'm just going to kind of want to hard switch out here, but I'll just go for the Thunderbolt. I think that that's fine. You have to bring out, like, Latios, Cinderace. I want to check my Zapdos EV spread real quick here. I should have a lot of bulk. Yeah, mostly bulks, but def. Cool. So, like, I actually think we're fine to try the Thunder Wave here. Calm Mind's really obnoxious, but, like, yeah, there we go. And now we should be able to get rid of it with the Quaquaval. I can probably pivot in my Clefable and get some value out of it if we want. Remember, we have Unaware. So we just do a little bit of chip, come with the Fable. Yes, we're taking a lot of damage here, but we can Wish Pass if we need to. Calm Mind's fine. We got that, like I said, that big Unaware. I'm thinking if I want to put up Wish here. I'm thinking if I even want Rocks. I don't think that Rocks are that valuable. I'm just going to Moonblast. I'm not hurting for anything here. I think this is fine. They have a Corv pivot, but, like, as long as we keep that Zapdos, like, healthy, I think we just win the game. Especially, like, this Latias is, like, big sad. Yep. Mist Ball, not going to do what they think. So we could Weave and Protect. Let's see, Mist Ball does 45. I'm going to Weave in a Protect here, then a Wish. Oh, awesome. Cinderace, not bad. So I get a Lefties tick. I'll take another Lefties tick, because I'm not afraid of your Cinderace, right? Powerball is going to whiff. You know, you only get a few of those, right? That probably does KO my Clefable, even though we have a lot of defense. Let's try and Weave in this Wish. Oh, that's too much damage. I'm surprised I did that much. Oh, he's orbed. Okay, that makes sense. Normally they're not orbed. They're normally, wow, that is a lot of damage. I wonder if I should Aqua Step here, or if I should just Rapid Spin. I wonder if that KOs my Quaquaval too. That's like another thing worth noting is, I wonder what is the right play here. I'm gonna Rapid Spin. U-turn does not get the KO. We get another set of spikes all gone, which is like crazy. This game's going on a really, really long time. Remember how this game started out with like the Toxic and the Leech Seeds and all the different stuff here. Apologize if you hear stuff. My game audio is on in the background. Cool. We outspeed this Whimsicott. You can Encore me. I think that that's fine. You can go for a bunch of different stuff. That's probably okay. Yep, Leech Seed's good. I take a +1 and done out here. Whimsicott was a mon that was going to give the rest of our team a lot of problems. Now there shouldn't really be a problem with Weavile just coming in here and tearing the rest of this team up. I get one more turn of value here. It's a good mon. I think I'm just going to CC this. And then go into Zapdos probably. Big damage. Fat damage. So much damage. I want them to do Rocky Helmet too. Whoa, they Iron Defensed me. Whoa, that's nutty. That's crazy. Good thing we got a Zapdos, right? Holy moly. Yeah. And Pult should be able to close out the last two. Just go for a Thunderbolt. Don't need a Volt Switch or anything. I think we're going to be able to close this out. That was actually a really hard game. And, oh, they're faster than my Zap, which is not what I wanted to see on my bingo card. I think we can just use Thunderbolt every turn, because eventually you're going to run out of Roost. You only get 8. And remember, this Zapdos is made to be slow on purpose, which means if you go for like a U-turn or something weird, you're just going to take the L. Yep, just take the L. Easy peasy. Cool. I like that my Zap's like super slow. It's a pretty fast Corv too, to be able to outspeed a Zap. Because we're using speed reduce 0 speed to be able to correctly get the pivots that we want. I think we can just Volt Switch here into Weavile. Because like Mist Ball, I think it's actually we can probably just hard swap here. No, Volt Switch is good, because we're still faster. Awesome, you can get a Recover move off, I don't really care. You can go for a Dragon Pulse, I don't really care. Draco Meteor, wow, what a play. Good stuff. If you have Sucker Punch, this could get a little bit dicey for us. So what I think I'm going to do is go for, I think U-turn is fine here. Come in with Zapdos. And we're going to make you try and get a para on this Zapdos with something. And then try and close it with Pult. Miss value. It's always better to go for that Thunder Wave first, because the Thunder Wave first leads to a Roost. It's better than just roosting, because now you're parried. Easy. Yep. Nice. Taking that Life Orb chip. Alright, so we could Roost here. I think I'm just going to Thunderbolt. Nice. Even if you KO me with the life, even if you KO me with anything, we still just win. Perfect. Awesome. We won that game. Ivysaur actually was super clutch. We really threw off the Fortress and threw off the Glamora. I think they actually played that matchup really, really well, all things considered, but like Ivysaur was an absolute chat in that game. That's the perfect example of showing like how these like lesser utilized mons, if you have the right moves, you can really take advantage of people's like ability to just like, I'm not going to say eat glue, but like sometimes people do be eating a little bit of glue. Like look at this. We scout for lefties. We see lefties, which means we know we can take advantage. They just prioritize spikes so much in this matchup. And I think I could have also played a little bit better too. I could have like Aqua Stepped a couple more of the times instead of Rapid Spinning, but like this was so sick. The Ghost Tera Curse into the full heal synthesis after, it's like, oh my gosh, this Ivysaur is like super cracked. You could probably make the same set work on a Venusaur as well. And then there's like nothing they can really do about it. Like look at all that damage. And we know they're going to swap because this mon's their spinner, one of their spinners. And so we just get a second Leech Seed if we just do it again. It's so good. If they didn't have Toxic there, I think the Ivysaur would have actually been able to like stall out almost all of their team. So pretty good first game with this team. We're going to go in a couple more and keep the Ivysaur train going. Wish me luck. Alright, that's a pretty cool team. Tinkaton hiding a little bit of Rhyperior behind the Mallet. I think they're probably going to be leading with Tinkaton here. It's going to be their standard Rocks user. We don't have any good Taunt users, so like I think that our best option is to just lead versus Zapdos into Tinkaton. I think it's a pretty good check. It's good into most of their mons too. They could obviously go into Rhyperior. They can lead Rhyperior, but I don't think we're that behind. Leading, just like pivoting like Ivysaur and Rhyperior. So I'm going to lead Zap. See the Rhyperior? No, it's Gyarados. Oh my gosh. So one thing about this is we know that they're going to be swapping to Rhyperior. So what we can do is just pin the Rhyperior right off the rip, go right into the Quaquaval. Here's the Rhyperior. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's what we like to see these. And we know that this is going to condition a Gyarados swap. How how do we want to deal with this? We can punish the Gyarados swap by switching back to the Zapdos, just to show them that like we know what we're doing, and then eventually we can go for a double KO or like a pivot or something. I'm gonna Aqua Step. You can go to the Gyarados. I want to see. We know that they're Moxie Gyarados, right? So that's something worth noting. I get a speed boost off that. I want to see what they're doing with this. This is I don't need. I'm gonna go for one more of these. There's a water double dip. Awesome. Close combat just takes this guy out next turn, and not afraid. See how we keep up with their speed tiers by doing that, and then this should just be able to get the KO. I think. Come on, Quaquaval. Mess him up. This Pokemon needs to be banned. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I don't really think that many mons should be banned, but, like, the fact that this thing gets all this stuff and spin, or they might just need to ban Moxie off it. Like, let me know what you guys think that people need to do. I think this is such a good setup for us. I do not mind just losing this mon, trying to get a KO on a Venusaur here. Oh, he's so chonky. I could have went Ghost and probably lived, but, like, I think that that's fine. Because we should just be able to come in here. Getting the Gyarados off the board means we've kind of just unlocked how to beat the rest of the team. I think if we go Pult, no, I think that Weavile's fine here. Oh, did I get a battle? Dude, I'm gaming over here. We got a battle in the game. Where's my window over here? See, like I'm just gaming. There we go. I always have my game on in the background on this overlay. All right, let's see. Yeah, now that Gyarados is gone, what's stopping me from just triple axling out other than missing everything? It's in Sin. Is that really a check though? Like, are you Rocky Helmet? Okay, look at that damage. That's still so much damage. And now we just pivot him. Probably pivot him Pult. Zapdos is a good pivot too. Pult's fine. Flare Blitz, obviously they weren't going for a knockoff there. That looks to be some sort of very aggressive set. You are most likely going to pivot to... Oh, no pivot. Wow. Huh. Knockoff? You can knock off this. Darkest Lariat. Dude, he's absolute chatting it out right now. I want to see if you pivot Rhyperior. Awesome. I want my heal. No reason to throw anything right out. Once we break this mon, we do win the game. So that being said, I'm going to go to Ivysaur, and then we're going to double pivot back. Once we break the Venusaur, we're in a really, really good spot. I could curse the Venusaur. I'm gaming. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm so gaming. Look at that. Woo! I love it. But I love it. Value. I'm going to try and synthesis. I think they're going to pivot. Oh, dang, dude. They're chatting it up. All right, so once this thing's gone, we do win. That being said, it's going to be dicey. I should I don't know if I outspeed here, but there's the pivot. Yep, here we go. You have the Giga Chad Hammer. We have the Protect on it. Show me the Chad Hammer. There it is. Cool. We don't really have that many mons that like break this, but now that we have Rock Step, we can start punishing some of these guys. Oh, Rock Slide on my Zapdos pivot. That is crazy good for you. Oh, we didn't pivot that time. Whoa. And he's faster than me. Any paras? Really thought they were going to do something different. Gigaton, Gigaton, Gigaton. Oh, he didn't do it. Knockoff's fine. It's the right play. We're just getting some damage. We're trying to bait out the Gigaton Hammer to the correct use of our abilities here. Rock Slide, they're trying to wait it out. They're not going to get that flinch. They don't need to use Gigaton here. Ah, why did they do that? Awesome. I'm going to Wish here and then pass it to my Pult. Rock Slide can miss. Oh, we're actually gaming. Like, I don't want to lie. Like, we're actually, like, gaming here. Rock Slide? Yeah! Value. Look at that. Full heal. Easy peasy, boys. Alright, so you know that, like, none of these moves are pretty bad into Tinkaton. And I'll force the Incin switch, because, like, rocks. Then, of course, you'll be able to get the KO. We're adamant. Oof, that's so big. And now everything just gets dartsed. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh. Yes, please. Yes, please. Here's Rhyperior. I don't mind Pivot to Clefable here. We're going to have to do some damage to Rhyperior. But, like, I just want to say also as well, like, that turn, that everything I did against that Tinkaton needs to be studied. Like, that was, like, absolutely nuts. being able to outplay that is ridiculous. I want to see if they're going to Earthquake here. It shouldn't kill me. Awesome. It only is 36%. If I still have my lefties, this would be GG. Big heal. Okay. So we're just going to try and start sticking a little bit of damage here. Special attack drop, Lamau. He's trying to catch us going to that Zap, and I just won't. Yep. It's not a bad play. So if I go to Zap right here, he's like, oh, he's going to do it, he's going to do it. And I'm not going to do it. I value the Clef. Cool. He only has 10 more of those left anyways. Yeah, we actually, like, once we stick this into the Rhyperior, he's within range for Dragon Darts, I think. So that's really good. Mega Horn, dude, I'm not weaving. I'm not pivoting anything. Like, we're just being really normal people right here. Like, standard Clef value wins the day once again. Let's see what they want to use here. And they have lefties, Venu. I don't need this Mon for, like, anything else in this matchup. I'm going to try and get a heal on it. Sludge Bomb's absolutely fine. Like, it doesn't matter. I think you can literally just come in with Pull and just go, like, darts out versus everything. Like, it would have been nice, but, oh, yeah, and Sin down. Woo, Dunzo. No Intimidate, please. Goodbye, Incineroar. Raichu might be a little bit dicey, but I think we KO all these guys, especially after Rock damage and everything. Like, Adamant Pult's like a big bully. Yeah, look at that. 18. Oh, yes. Perfect. Yo, shout out to Stealth Rock's damage. MVP. Holy moly, we're cooking out here. Raichu. I think this takes out. You got Nuzzle? That'd suck, but like, oof. And we reverse swept it. Oh my gosh. They got a little bit ahead. They got a little bit ahead early. Actually, I was ahead early, but like, we brought it back versus that Tinkaton. Holy moly. Poke kind of busted. You know who else is busted? Ivysaur busted. I mean, honestly, like, them having a Venusaur really slowed it down. I couldn't Toxic. I couldn't Leech Seed. I had to really play to my outs in that one, but we stay taking those wins, and we're still climbing. Let's get into another game. All right, there's a lot of poisons in that team, but I can put up Leech Seeds on pretty much everything. Should I just lead with Ivysaur? Is that, like, the best Samurott check? Oh my gosh, Ivysaur versus Clawitzer? Like, yeah. Uh-huh. I'm a Leech Seed these, please. Where are we going? Look at this Ivysaur right off the rip. Yo, big Eviolite energy. What are you trying to check? What do you think I'm leading with? Aurasphere. That is... You thought I was pivoting to Weavile? No, no, no. We're actually just vibing. And what do you have? You have Salazzle as a pivot here? Hydreigon? I almost want to Leech Seed again. I'm a Toxic. Damn. Damn. Never lucky, dude. I should have done it. Should have trusted my gut. It's fine. Go Zap here. It was a good play. That's what I should have done last turn. Like, honestly, I think they should have just done that last turn. I think they tried to make a read, and I didn't want to play that game. Awesome. We are super okay here. 36% is relatively weak. I wonder what they're going to do. Sludge Wave again. I'm going to Roost for one turn. I'd rather be at full. That's a lot more damage, and I don't want to get, like, hit by some sort of status. Like, we get a little bit more health doing it this way. We're going to Volt Switch out this turn. I wonder if they're going to pivot, knowing that they're not really getting anything out of this, even though they should really just stay in and fish for their 10% chance to get those status moves, because once they get those, they would just win. Because right now, we're restoring just a little bit more than they do, but I only get 8 of those Roosts, which means I am on a little bit of a timer. So they should not pivot, but like, because they could always crit, they can always get the 10%, like, it's good damage for us. We should be able to come with Pult here, 380, yeah, awesome. Pult just KOs here. And they don't have any fairy pivots. Lefties, Salazzle, not in my house, buddy. Dark D's, oh man, that ain't it. Clawitzer, oof. Oof. Do it again. And they're going to send in probably Samurott, and I'll pivot back to my Ivysaur, and that's one of their poison types down. So Ivysaur is going to be cooking. Oh my gosh, it's almost like I play the game. Ivysaur. Show him what he's won. Ice Beam Samurott. Yo, he cooking. And we got Frozen. Yo, Ivysaur. I would say chill, but like, you are chilled. That is something that is not... And you crit me! And then I thought, and like, oh, dude, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm like actually cooking here. You don't do as much as you should. If you just stop critting me, like, that's fine. What is this Vex Samurott thing? I need to hit this Leech Seed. What is this game, dude? Ivysaur gaming. What is this? This is, you know, this is that main character privilege that I get for, like, using the niche mons. They gotta show up. They gotta show out. I could do this. I could do this. I'm gonna do one more of these. I want to go up to full. I don't care if you go back to Salazzle. That's fine. I'm at full. I can always pivot in on that Samurott. Easy peasy, bro. All right. Pull it good. You burn me? Don't do it. Ow. Yeah, easy. Cool. Dart D's. You're gonna have to lose another Mon. I'm trying to get their Tera out of the way. Like, I'm sure that Hydreigon has like a Steel Tera. If they send a Hydreigon right here, we know that it is. Awesome. I will actually just double dip this and hit you in the face. Because, like, I don't know if they have... Ooh, actually, they could be choiced. Yeah, we've already played this game. You're just down to Salazzle, so I'm just going to go right back to the Ivysaur. Sacred Sword? Oh, heck no. And I bet you money that you are choiced, because that's how that mon should be played. CDs, please. Ice Beam Tech. And he crit me. Dude, this guy's just a crit magnet. Here's the Hydreigon. Oh, yes. Look at that value. Value hath been wrought today. Put a Toxic up here. Draco, dude, I don't even care about that. That is weak. Ivysaur is strong. Ivysaur, the unbeatable Pokemon, straight up in OU saying, you don't get to play the game, good OU Pokemon. You don't get to play. Nope. Value. And you know what? Oh, look at that. That's so good. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna put Curse up here. You're -2 special attack. I actually, oh, nasty plot. That's actually kind of dicey. We're cooking. We got an attack boost now that we can't use, but it's a defense boost we're really looking for. We're just going to Synthesis this last turn. You can go for another Draco, but we're going to be able to full heal that. We just 100-0'd a Hydreigon unless we get crit by this Draco. Oh, he's going dark. Oh, we got the crunch, bro. Holy moly, that ain't it. That ain't it. Not it. Absolutely not it. What was that, dude? I don't know what that was teched for, but we take those all the way to the bank, yo. People be crazy out here. Toxtricity? Toxtricities, bro. Leech Seed it up. I'm going all the way to the bank. We're finishing the rest of this guy's team off with Ivysaur. Do not care. Break the wrist. Walk away. Oh my gosh. Yup. And we can't poison it. But like they don't do any damage. I don't know if I want to use this yet. I'm gonna Leech Seed one more time. In case they wanted to pivot. Boom Burst. Alright, that's some good damage. I'm I'm gaming out here. I'm gaming. I'm gonna go Ghost Tera. I'm gonna try and grind this guy out. Oh, Ghost type blocked, boys. Now you can hit me with that fat overdrive, but I don't have to deal with that. I can just pivot to Clef. Sludge Ball. Oh, the reeds, dude. That was a Ghost type. Oh, and the poison, never lucky. Good thing I'm gonna be sticking around just to get that Leech Seed proc. Oh, dude, he was actually cooking. What a good play. Love that for you. Boom Burst. Okay. I'm making a read. I'm going back to the Ivysaur. Let's go. Boom Burst D's. Oh, Sludge Bomb. That's good damage. I'm trying to max out my synthesises because I only get so many of these, but it looks like... That's fine. I'll use Synthesis. That's the right play, but we get to eat it. Awesome. Look at that. Ivysaur busted. Live forever. Oh, heroes never die. Oh, that is just the coolest thing. That's right, you're swapping. Oh, dude, I love it. But I love it. You can go for that, what is that move? Ceaseless? I don't really care. We eat that too. Oof. Value. Your choice, dude. That's a lot. Don't crit me. Alright, so let's see what we want to do here. That's not even wrong. Either I outspeed you and just actually... Yeah, so there's choice. Awesome. Cool. Look at this damage. Onk! No more Scarfarino. And now I just outspeed you here. Busted. Weavile busted. Ivysaur busted. You got all the hazards up you could ever want, but it's not going to be enough. Bonk. One more. One more. Show me that one more, Weavile. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. Bonk. Oh my gosh, this team is so good. We stay taking those wins all the way to the bank, man. Ivysaur actually put on a little bit of a clinic in that last game, showing that you can win with pretty much everything if you try your hardest and try your best to come up with really cool sets. Again, if you want to see the team builder for this, where we came up for this idea live in a video, it's in the last episode of the series that featured Bulbasaur. Now let's do our very best to build a team around Venusaur. The next Pokemon on the list is Venusaur. And this is your reminder, if you guys like this series, if you think this is really cool, if you're actually learning something, think about leaving a comment, leaving a like. We're trying to get the channel actually popping. So if we can get this video to like 10 likes, I'd be the happiest of all little campers here. We got Venusaur here. What is Venusaur really adding to the OU tier? It's usually a good idea to have Chlorophyll just in case there's Sun. We are going to probably be using Sun. And Venusaur gets tools that like Torkoal and stuff doesn't. It gets Earth Power, gets a bunch of other good coverage moves. And I think Venusaur, other than having like a huge boost to its just base stats from things like Ivysaur and Bulbasaur, it gets access to growth here. Growth is going to be something we can actually abuse, giving you an attack and special attack boost in the Sun. It's going to be a +1 outside of the Sun to both stats and a +2 in the Sun. So it's like a Swords Dance and a Nasty Plot at the same time. I think it's going to be a really, really cool way to play this. I'm going to be playing this with Torkoal here. Yep, our boy Torkoal is going to be popping this one off out here. We got to use a little bit of Roaring Moon as well. Roaring Moon is like my go-to golden oldie. Now, I think that even though I use both these two in the Bulbasaur episode, I'm still going to be fine using them here. And I don't want to use like the whole same team. I want to try a little bit different stiffer. So I'm not going to use Walking Wake. I'm not going to use the DOD or anything like that. But let's come up with some other mons that can abuse the Sun. Let's look at some Chlorophyll mons. Other Chlorophyll mons? Are there any good ones? Actually, let's use a Ninetales. Ninetales is pretty cool. Ninetales is going to be pretty nice. Let's see, are there any other photosynthesis mons that might be really, really good on this team? Maybe something like a Sandy Shocks, or maybe like a Raging Bolt could be really cool, or even a Tusk. I think Tusk is actually a really good fit on this team. You know, or weekends like Fairy, you pivot in your poison types, pivot in your fire types. I think that's really, really good coverage. And I would like one mon that is sort of our de facto pivot guy. I'd like a Thunderwave mon. Actually, you know, a really good mon for this team is going to be Glim. I think Glim is really, really good here. Glim can set the hazards, it can remove hazards, gives us a second spinner. We're a little bit weak to water here, but that's where like a Venusaur is like the perfect mon. They can pivot and block those moves. We can reduce the water damage from the Sun here on our double setters. So I actually think this is actually really cool. So let's start building this team and fleshing out. Remember, the way I like to build my teams is add like some moves first, then some abilities, then some items. We do our Eevees and our Terras last here. So we're just going to start adding moves that we know we want on these mons. I'm going to be using probably Energy Ball here. I think that Giga Drain's also good. I'm going to look at Energy Ball. Maybe look at Sludge Bomb. Remember, Sleep Powder's not legal in OU right now. Maybe even like a Earth Power here is kind of where I'm going. Maybe we might want to cut one of these, like the Sludge Bomb, for a Weather Ball to be able to pin Corv. I think it's actually a really, really good coverage right there. This guy's going to have Rapid Spin. God, we have so many spinners. This is awesome. I'm going to put Stealth Rocks here. I'm probably going to be rocking an Overheat set. And then I'm thinking Scorching Sands or Earth Power in this last spot. Remember, we can't use Yawn. That's not legal either. Roaring Moon. I think I want this Roaring Moon to be Choice Scarf. So I'm going to be probably rocking like a U-turn set with like Knockoff. I'm a big fan of like Outrage on that sort of tech. Maybe the last move like Earthquake. Ninetales, we're going to be rocking probably like an Overheat pivot set as well. So Overheat's good. Solar Beam's probably going to be good on that set. And then this guy, I think I'm fine rocking Assault Vest. I do like Assault Vest here. I think it's actually a really, really cool set with stuff like Rapid Spin. So again, more spinners. You have Earthquakes over the Headlong Rush on this sort of set. I will still probably use Close Combat. Maybe we actually want to do something a little bit different and go like maybe Heavy Duty Boots here. Just because like I need something that can come in and like, I need to be able to let them get a crap ton of spikes up and then punish it, right? And so I know that we don't take, like, a ton of damage from, like, Stealth Rocks, but, like, spikes would give us a big problem. We don't want to get poisoned. And then we could change this into, like, Headlong Rush if we really wanted to. Those two, we'll cover the last move when we get to it. Glamora, this is my mon that I like to go Assault Vest with. But, like, let's see what else we want to do. Maybe we want rocks on more than one mon. Maybe we put the rocks. Yeah, rocks can go back over here. I'm fine with that. Stealth Rock Rapid Spin over there is fine. And then this guy can be Assault Vest. So we can go Mortal Spin. So Mortal Spin's good with like... It's going to be spinning. It's going to be putting up other stuff like that. We're going to be using the Toxic Debris correctly. And then maybe adding something like a Power Gem. Maybe adding like Earth Power is good into like Heatrans and other mons give problems. And then maybe something like a Sludge Bomb. I think Sludge Bomb is still good. We don't really need the poison coverage. We have Mortal Spin. Maybe we can add, like, Energy Ball. to be able to pin Quaquavals who might actually want to come in and, you know, bully us out of the match. I think that could actually be really, really good tech. So that's all the moves for most of our Mons. I think the last move here is, there's nothing really wrong with Clear Smog here, but I like Earth Power or Scorching Sands here. I'm going to put the Earth Power because I want to be able to KO Heatran on pivots. Same thing goes for like Glamora. I want to catch Cinderace and get 2 KOs guaranteed. So the rest of these moves, I'll start just adding the last little bits of what we want here. Encore and Disable aren't bad. I don't really mind those, honestly. Scorching Sands is usable. And I think I'm going to put Encore here. I think that's actually like not bad. I want to take a look at like just some other moves that we could put on Ninetales. Maybe like Flamethrower, Weather Ball, maybe a Tera Blast, like a Tera Blast flying, I think. Actually, I really like this. Let's go Tera Blast and make it like a fairy. And we'll be really, really aggressive here. I like that a lot. So let's start getting some of these moves here. I like Life Orb on my Venusaurs because we are able to get like a... Anytime you have more than 3 different moves that you can like stab, or not stab, but like 3 different moves you have coverage for, it's always really good to do that Life Orb and give you a 1.3 boost to like all of your different damaging moves. It's so good. If you're ever just using like 1 move, you can use like a 1.2 booster thing like a Charcoal or like a Miracle Seed. And if you're using like 2, yeah, you can make it work, but it's not really worth taking the 10% of your health for that. But it is worth getting the 10% of your health if you're having this much coverage boosted by it. That's just the general rule of thumb in my opinion. Torkoal, we're going to be rocking an Eject Pack. So if we use Overheat after getting some hazards up, we're going to be able to pivot out. Remember to make this guy Drought. This guy, like we said, we're going to be using a Choice Scarf. Ninetales is going to be another Eject Pack mon. Remember, if they pivot in like an Intimidate user, we will get forced out. If we pivot in and like they have a Sticky Web up, we are going to get forced out. But that being said, we can just use this to repivot and repin with anything we really want. I like that set a lot. Repin right into a Scarf Moon, repin right into a Great Tusk, repin right into a Venusaur that's ready to go off Chlorophyll. I like that set a lot. And we're using Drought again. This guy, we already have everything done for that, and Glamora with the Toxic Debris. So the next thing I like to do is my Eevees, and so looking at our Eevees, I'd like to make sure that we're outspeeding Dragapult in the Chlorophyll. I think that's a mon that you definitely should be outspeeding here. So Venusaur right there. Let's plug in Dragapult. I think it's already plugged in. Nice. So like a Dragapult set, if they're Jolly Pult off the rip, is going to be 421, which means Venusaur, if you give it a +2 speed boost, is not going to need a ton of points, honestly. You outspeed it with just 60, which is great. And I'm trying to think of like any other mons that you might be wanting to outspeed. Like, do I need to be outspeeding Deoxy's speed? I don't think that I do. I don't think I need to be outspeeding any of these guys. There might be arguments where we might want to be outspeeding like a Landorus. Like a Landorus Therian Scarf. I think that's something worth respecting. So if we plug that in and we give it like a speed boosting nature 309, and then we give it like a Scarf. So like that is something worth outspeeding. And that costs 144. And so I think that that's definitely worth it. So we go 144. And then I can go at 252 here. And then I'm trying to remember how Life Orb works in singles as opposed to doubles, but I know in singles, sorry, in doubles, if your HP ends in 9, I don't know why it would be different in singles, you take 1 point less of HP every single time, so I'm going to do that right there, and I'm just going to throw the rest of these points into probably defense. I think that's probably a good place to put it, just because you're going to be able to, I think most of the things that would give Venusaur problems are going to be physical, as opposed to special. You have a much higher base special defense than physical. And so like this guy just makes him like a better pivot to block close combats. That's what, sorry, I think I phrased that incorrectly. If I'm afraid of like a physical move, like an Earthquake into these guys, I want my Venusaur to come in and soak that damage a little bit better. And the fact that most of the things that give Venusaur problems, how would I word this? Most of the thing that gives the rest of the team problems are special. Things like Moonblasts and these things. And so Venusaur already has a high base SpDef and can use its defensive typing to wall those. So I think that putting points in defense is probably good. It's also going to help it like eat like Ice Shards and Sucker Punches, which I think are, you know, more common. And this just improves its matchup into like Corviknight and King Gambit just a little bit. Let's move on to the Torkoal. Torkoal, you definitely want to max out that HP stat first. Torkoal, I'm going to give it just a little bit of a speed, just in case we fight other Torkoals. And I want to run some calcs here. Torkoal versus Cinderace, or Torkoal versus Heatran. Let's take a look at Torkoal versus Heatran and just see kind of what that looks like. Heatran's not that popular, but it's one of those mons that would give us a big problem. Let's see what Earth Power looks like into Heatran. It does not KO, but I want it to two-shot if possible. So like even against like a bulky Heatran, like that's Earthquake amount. Thought that was weird. Earth Power, there we go. So it's already a two-shot, right? And like realistically, if they go like heavy investment, is it like really worth it to put all these points in? I don't think they're ever going to be 252. Let's just outplay like 156. And I don't even know if we need any points to do that. Yeah, we need a little bit. There we go. So 28 points is going to get us our Torkoal to KO that. And then the rest of our points can just go into Spadef. Awesome. Perfect. And this will weaken the power of our Rapid Spin, but I don't think it's like the end of the world. I think we're going to be fine. So Roaring Moon. Roaring's a little bit of a weird one. I want to be outspeeding, well, roughly, I want to be outspeeding that same Scarf Lando, but like I want to see like, are there any other mons that we need to be outspeeding in this tier? You need to outspeed like Meowscarada and Dragapult and stuff like that, but I'm trying to think like, are there any other weird mons that are scarfed commonly? Maybe like a Quaquaval that's at +1 already, so we can pivot in and let them get that Aqua Step off. That's actually a really good idea. So Quaquaval. Let's see. So let's give it a Jolly just to, or Timid, it doesn't really matter. We can give it Jolly. Make it as fast as possible. Give it a +1. So we get to get to 443 on our Roaring Moon. And we can definitely do that. So it's always important to get those speed tiers out of the way. So we had to get to 295, which is 84 points. So when we have our Scarf on, we're always outspeeding, or sorry, that's tying it. 296 always outspeeds it. Awesome. So 88 points. 88. And then this is going to give us an attack boost on our Photosynthesis, which is going to make them think that, like, we're bad, right? They're going to think, like, oh, he doesn't have speed booster. He's bad. And it's like, actually, like, I already have enough speed. I'm fine. And you don't want to put the rest of your points in defense on Roaring Moon. Sorry, on HP and Roaring, because we have such high base HP. I think that, again, putting them in defense or Sped F is probably fine. I really don't mind just putting, like, at least, like, that much into the two respective stats, because the HP is like so high, you might as well just put your points right there. There's nothing really wrong with that. Ninetales is a pretty easy one. I don't mind just doing standard Ninetales EV spread, because I want to be able to overheat and do everything at my leisure. One thing I do want to check though is how much damage. I mean, I think I'm fine. I'm planning to go Fairy here and soak like damage, soak the darts from Pult, and then just pin them back with Fairy Tera Blast. That's my idea. As for Great Tusk, I think Great Tusk is another one that like I don't really mind just clicking the button. It's pretty simple. I want to be as fast as possible, and there are a lot of other mons, especially like Quaquaval, that I want to be outpacing. Goldango's another one I want to be outpacing, so I don't have a problem with that. Glamora, you could go heavy offense on Glamora. I think that I actually want to go like very... I wouldn't be surprised if I wanted to do something like this. Not really that much. Maybe like see kind of what we're getting at around here. If there's like a bump or something that does happen, I kind of want to see if I can find that. Right there is where the bump happens from 85 to 83. So I'm going to get that, and then I'm probably going to put about 12, and then just throw the rest of the points into Spadef on this thing. So Venusaur has some of its points in defense. Glamora is roughly the same thing, but with its points extra in Spadef. So I think that's probably going to be a pretty good way to do it. Let's get some of these Terras out of the way. I want to go Grass Terra here. It's going to help us against EQs. It's going to give us a double dip stab on that Energy Ball. Great Tusk is a bit of a weird one. I don't mind Ghosts on my Rocks, guys. I think it's just really cool. It's been working out great for me. We say we want Fairy there. I'm going to go... I've been using a lot of Ground Terra in other formats, and I do like the Ground Terra on this guy. It gives you just a much stronger Earthquake than you normally would have. So I'm gonna try it. I'll try Ground Terra here. I'm a big fan of it. So where's Ground? Ground's right there. Torkoal, I'm gonna go probably Grass here as well. I don't really mind that either. And then Venusaur, Growth, Earth Power, Weather Ball, Energy Ball. I'm trying to think what the best type is for this. We have weaknesses to Psychic, we have weaknesses to Flying, we have weaknesses to Ice. So probably Steel is a really good one for Venusaur. It lets us keep our Fire weakness. Sorry, Fire. Yeah, we keep the Fire weakness, but we gain resistances to pretty much everything else. It lets us sit in front of Pult. It lets us sit in front of a lot of weird stuff. So I do like that. We got to not forget to add our Modest Nature. And if you guys want to see this team in action, you're going to have to wait till the next video where we show the next episode in the series where we play some more games with Venusaur. And at the end of that episode, we're going to be building a team to destroy the OU ladder with Charmander. So hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully you guys like this series a little bit. It's been a lot of fun showcasing some of these mons that wouldn't normally see a whole heck of a lot of play on the OU ladder, and show that you actually can win with anything if you want to try your best to outvalue and outpace your opponents. So hopefully I've inspired you guys to play a little bit of singles, and thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time.